Buenos Dias Gunners Collective. Back at it? You already know. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. It's a double up. There's some trouble up. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. I'm trying to bubble up. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Damn, is that fucking bubble butt? Bye-up. 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 Oh, then as you can tell by that thumbnail, we're going to get right back into it, man. King Little G and Swifty Blue, because it's heating up. The heat is on the streets. Or is it on the streets? Or is it at a concert? I seen some footage, gente. I guess there was something that went down. Spencer La Tira. And they're going back and forth, TikToking, Instagram, TikTok pants, everything involved. In a Menudo style and direct fashion, we're going to talk about it right now. So, King Little G has his point of views, and Swifty Blizzo, he has his point of views, right? And they're both agreeing to disagree on this shit, man. One of them is saying that he slapped, the other one being King Little G saying that he slapped Swifty Blue. I guess it was over some jewelry or some chains or someone talking this and that. And then, of course, Swifty Blue is saying that's not what took place. He's saying allegedly, you know, King Little G did try to go in for the snake move and take flight. And one of his homeboys had to down him real quick. Now, of course, from what I seen, the footage I seen, this happened on stage at a concert. And a whole bunch of people got involved. And Swifty Blue is saying that his homeboys took the initiative to make things happen. Now, this is what happens, you know, when two people are at odds or two people are rivaling in the music game or even on the streets, you know, but this is going to escalate into more than it should be. You know, I'm a firm believer in the de-escalation of violence. I'm a firm believer in the unity of raza and people. So I'm not here to stir the pot or push propaganda or say what isn't and what is or none of that. All I'm saying is, where does this go from here? You know, what can we expect as gente to really get out of this? Now, I heard a phone conversation, a face call conversation between John Diesel, respects to that Volta right there. John Diesel, I was in CYA with him. He knows, I know, we know, right? Exactly what it is back in the 90s, you know, having done time in a real place, really together. I heard and I know, you know, that this individual does know Swifty Blue like that. Make sure that you go to the John Diesel channel, you tap in, because he did have the exclusive conversation with Swifty right after this happened. So he calls Swifty and Swifty lets him know, nah, that ain't what happened, bro. This is what really happened. And I believe Swifty. I honestly believe him, man. I know a lot of people hate on that young man. A lot of people want to disprove his actions or discredit, you know, the way he acts just because of how he speaks or if he says the N-word or what he does and he doesn't do. But one thing I know for sure is that man spoke it, and I can see the for realness in his. I said for realness. I said that. I can see the for realness in his eyes when he said it. And merely, he's taking it as a tap on the chin. It ain't really nothing to him. You know, now King Little G is over there saying, you know, indeed, in fact, he did put tips on this guy, Swifty, and that Swifty didn't do nothing in retaliation. From what I seen in the footage that I seen, personally, you know, it's out there, it looked like just a scuffling match. It looked like something absolutely did take place between these two, but at the end of the day, there are no winners. Now, what happens now? I'm gonna tell you what happens now. This video, another channel's video, another channel's video, because it's in the airwaves, it's on the algorithm, it's out there, man. And people are going to bite. People are definitely, and I mean definitely, gonna give their 2 cents and their opinion on it. My opinion is just like it was last night. It's not gonna change, man. I believe that these guys are both better than this. I believe that this becomes a situation that gets out of their reach. Now, having known the streets like I know them and the way the streets talk and the way the streets work, this should have been kept behind closed doors. But of course, this escalated at a concert with all eyes and cameras out. So of course, people spoke on it immediately. You can't do that. When you're in the game this heavy, when you're really reputable in the streets, when you're really out there making moves, you got to keep what animosities you have behind closed doors. They could have easily went backstage and got off where they were mad at, but they chose to do it in front of people. When you choose to handle your business in front of people, well, guess what happens? That's it. Well, then all eyes on you and everyone's going to speak on it. You can't be mad at the next man is speaking on it or talking about it, because you chose to do it in front of everybody. You put your own business on the streets. Now, I come from an era where things were quietly kept, man. If you had a problem, especially in your body or with your homeboys, there was going to be no questions asked. We didn't question our homeboys. Hey, well, what happened? None of that. Let's get off. And we'll talk about it after. There are going to be repercussions and recourse for the actions or whatever led to this. Even if you're in the wrong, homie, we got you. You're our homeboy, our camarada, our boy. Let's get it. Right? But this era, this what we're living in nowadays, I don't want to say the youngsters because it ain't all on the youngsters' plate. I know some G-ass youngsters that are really with the program, right? But what's going on nowadays is everybody wants their business out there. They want to be seen. See, the real one is the one that does things behind closed doors, does things behind the scenes. Now, I know I got a platform. I know my voice is felt and it's out there. I know my image is seen and it's hated on by a lot of people. But at the same time, I'm just speaking the real, man. I'm just giving it to you from an OG's perspective. I'm giving it to you from someone who's been through the dirt, been through the mud, and now is out the game, out that element. Should I be speaking on certain situations? Absolutely not. There's things I don't even want to deal with in my life. But real is real, and real recognizes real. And what I do understand wholeheartedly is being a brown member of society, being the raza, it's a bad look for our people to be fighting on stage and yelling and screaming and sagging and biting and licking and whatever the fuck else everyone else is doing out here. It's just not a good look, homeboy. Where does it go from here? You know, from what I heard from some real righteous ones that I tapped in with from Southern California. Yes, the southern side, not the other side. You know, I got connections down there. I tapped in with just a couple people. And they told me, you know, word on the curb is, you know, there will be a de-escalation. Other people will get involved to quiet this storm. You know, because it's going to become something more than it should be. You know, there's a lot of people that try to egg this on. People love drama. They're going to keep pushing from both sides. And from what Swifty's saying, just like a G, and I got to give it to him. Hey, man, this is what happened. This is how it went down. My homeboy got off, left him, slept him. It's what it is. I tried to get involved, allegedly, and then the security pushed me back, and that's what it was. King Lil G has a whole different version. Now, I haven't heard him speak on it personally. I haven't watched him on video. Maybe he has. I don't know. It hasn't come on my desk. I haven't seen it yet. But I don't take his words lightly either. Now, this becomes bigger when other homeboys get involved. Already, I'm seeing videos, you know, of Swifty with his homeboy. His homeboy is like this paramount. You know what I mean? And says some other words, man words. That's fine and dandy, however he wants to do it, right? However everyone carries himself, that's up to them. I don't agree with it, but sabes que, who am I? You know, it's a black and brown thing, but remember, it's a black and brown thing. Be brown, be black. And show love, right? But you ain't got to act out of character. Now, Trip, a lot of people, I'm watching a lot of other channels that are making videos on this, and we got other ethnicities, other communities laughing at us. Here they go again, the essays trying to get hypey. Here they go again, the essays fighting amongst each other. Yeah, and that's what it is, man. That's what it is. Did I know that there was some aggression towards these two guys? You know, on their parts beforehand? No. I guess, you know, Swifty had said something about King Little G and vice versa. And so there was animosity, there was beef already there. But real ones from back in the days, Holmes should have told them and laced them up enough to know, hey, go behind the scenes, handle your pleito, get off where you're mad at, and then go on stage and perform. That's it. Never show your hand to anyone in that crowd, because this is the type of stuff that happens. Now what's going to happen is other people are going to have to become involved. You're putting a lot of people in harm's way and in danger just by a little scuffle, a scuffleupagus. Guard! I said a scuffleupagus. Something that should have never, ever happened, but it did. It's just part of the game, I guess, huh? My only words of advice to the raza and to the people is don't believe everything you're watching, hearing, and seeing. You know, I'm going to give you the real as I can. There's a lot of other channels that will also do the same. You know, because it's popular, because it's something out there right now, everyone's going to speak on it. And I definitely have something to say. And the words that I have to say is, man, can't we all just get along? Can't we all just let this shit go? You know, one thing I can say about norteños, let me take it from the northern side, and this is going to be some real game, knowledge you can't get in college, and people are not going to like it, but I'm going to keep it real. Do you ever see northerners, rappers, norteño rappers fighting? Do you ever see any beefs out in the open? You don't, and I'm going to tell you why you don't, bro. Because motherfuckers are laced up, certified in the game, understanding that if there's to be any stuff that's put out there like that, you know, both them bottles are going to be up shit creek without no paddle. They're both going to be deemed. It's going to be an ugly situation, man. That has been bred into and indoctrinated into the minds of Northerners that no red on red shall happen. There shall be no beef. Don't front the homies off. Don't make the North look bad. Now, people might say, well, you guys do this and you do that. Absolutely, there are situations where people don't carry themselves in a professional way or to certain standards. Hey, but that's on an individual basis. But as a whole, you'll hardly ever see this type of stuff going on. Now, I'm not saying it's the Southern way of doing it, because I got a lot of love and respect for the Sur and for the Southern side, homes. But I'm saying you got to look at it this way. It's two individuals, man, that are trying to come up and trying to get that clout, man. They're wanting to be someone, not that they're not, but they like the drama. They love it because, look, they're making money. It's all about money. Now, with the Norteños, it's not necessarily about money, man. It's more about the act of professionalism and the way they carry themselves. Now, I'm not here to be North and South and to play them issues, because I'm no longer in any part of that. I'm just keeping it real and giving it to you guys exactly how it is. You know, I'm going to sit here. I'm going to hold. Tell me when you see Norteños fighting on stage or doing any of that. I ain't never seen it, man. And the reason I ain't seen it is because I know the long lineage of people that I come from, the way that I was laced up, man, you were not allowed to do that. That's why I'm in the position I'm in. Because I chose to get off on the yard on another Norteño because I felt some type of way about the situation that I was in. And look where it got me. On YouTube with a fucking lowrider car in the back and a mic that doesn't work. I'm telling you, that's how it will be. Now, these guys are going to do what they does. Where it goes from here, I hope that it doesn't escalate. I hope other people don't get involved. But quietly as it's kept, like I already seen on Swifty side, he got homeboys tapping in. John Diesel tapped in. He wanted to hear the word like a mockingbird. He wanted to see exactly what was going on, what was the swervage on the curbage. And then, of course, on King Little G side, he has his side too. I'm sure his homeboys are definitely concerned. He comes from a very big vaudeville. I'm not going to put his vaudeville out there. If you know, you know. If you don't, Spencer, you didn't hear it here. And this is all allegedly. But anyways, in the meantime, in between time, I just wanted to drop this jewel on you. I just wanted to drop a little knowledge. This is something that should have never happened. And now you can't complain that it's out there in the algorithm. You can't complain that people are speaking on it. I heard a couple things. Someone called me like, hey, homie, we want to de-escalate it. We don't want to keep this shit pushing. I said, it's already out there. They put it out there themselves. You can't do that in the open, homes. Where I come from, that's considered a PC move. When you get off in, it's a catch-22. Get off where you're mad at. Shit happens. You got to do what you got to do. You got to handle your business. If someone slapped me, spit on me, got off on me, of course I'm going to handle my business. I'm going to protect myself, or even take the initiative to get off first if it's an on-site thing. But if it wasn't an on-site thing, two reputable individuals in the industry and the game should have had enough wherewithal and be man enough to go behind the scenes, behind the cloak, motherfucking handle your shit with the bullet smoke. You know what it is. Anyways, I just wanted to speak on that. I'm trying to de-escalate the situation by saying I hope that it ends here and it doesn't get into something worse than it is. And if there is anything that can happen, I'm sure they'll go behind the scenes and do it. You know, we don't need to hear about it, but if we do hear about it, it's because it's their camps or them that is putting it out there. What a sticky situation. Imagine the individuals that are really sitting down doing real time, real ones. They have to see this shit on the internet. Like, damn, what's up with the little homies acting a fool? No one likes it. Like Big Dub said, man, if someone has to go to their door, someone's going to come to your door, and it's a bad situation. With that being said, I hope that you move smooth with a purpose, get everything that you want coming to you. Remember, at the end of the day, it's not all about drama and the raza fighting each other. It's about unity, yes, sir. It's about coming up. It's about kicking doors in homes and getting that feria. It's about being real to yourself and not worrying about what all the other poop butts are thinking. And that's what it's all about. The gun.